Welcome to Gail's Garden, Herbs and More. Still in the middle of moving, the long process, but there's so much to do. It's most of the time it's just me. My son's been doing a lot for me when he can, but he's working. So, um, okay. In this video, I want to answer a question, and it comes from one of you that had asked about on my last video about the little bottle I had showed of the antibiotic herb mix that I use. I'm going to give that to you, but you need to understand something. Sometimes, so much about herbs depends on you. Even with medications, the doctors want to know your weight and age and all kinds of stuff to calculate how much to give you and this and that. Well, it's a little different with herbs, but you still need different people have different, it's a little different in that different people have different constitutions. Some tend to be more what's known cold or dry or this or that. Okay, if you don't understand all that, I ask that you steady up on it, but because I don't have time to go into all that right now. You can still grow the herbs, and herbs in general, not all herbs, but a lot of herbs are fairly safe to start out with, and you want to anyway. You always want to start out with a little tiny bit of one herb until you can see if your body has any allergies to it. Just like a baby starting food, you start them out on one food when they're old enough, and you gradually add to it to make sure there's no reactions to that food. You do the same with herbs. If you've not had a lot of herbs in your life and you don't know how you react to them. Over the years, I've found out that oregano is probably one of my best friends in the herb world. For me and my body, it just really, really works well. And that could change as the constitution of my body changes as I age and this and that. But so with all of that being said, I'm going to read over, and I will show you the bottle again. And also with these herbs, sometimes I'll use more than I did the last time. Now, when I say part, here's the bottle. Here I didn't put the part. I just, for myself, to remind myself the combination in this particular mix. I put 6 medium flowers and a handful of leaves of the echinacea. I put a half a cup of dried oregano leaves, a quarter cup fresh and a half a cup of whole dried self-heal, a half a cup of whole nasturtium leaves, a quarter cup of the fresh hyssop, and a quarter cup of dried ginger, which I wouldn't do that now. I will use regular, but your dried ginger does not have the antiviral, and anytime I'm taking anything, even though this is an antibiotic mix, I like the antiviral effect. And if drying the ginger takes that away, what else is it taken away? I always wonder, but I do know when you dry the ginger, the stuff that's in there that is antiviral is gone. So it's better to use fresh ginger root. Now, if you want the dried ginger powder or whatever, just for flavoring and stir fries or whatever, that's fine. But I'll tell you, even using fresh ginger root in a stir fry tastes better. You just chop it up in little tiny pieces and put it in your stir fry. And to me, that is just so much better than the dried. I don't use dried at all now. I used to. I grew some and dried a bunch of my root. And then I found that out. And I thought, oh my goodness, because I knew it didn't taste as good fresh in my cooking, but I didn't realize about the antiviral. Well, I know now, and I feel like I wasted that whole crop of ginger. So we're looking at echinacea right now, which is one of the products in this antibiotic herb mix. I am in the middle of moving. My garden is about half tore down. I just haven't had time to get out here and weed or anything much. So it's not going to be as pretty as it used to be. And I don't really have a lot of water where I'm going up in the mountains. And I don't know, I'm going to take my plants, and I've got some big ICB totes. And my daughter said, depending where she moves to, because she has to move too, if she can't take those, well, then I'll have a couple extra, and they'll try to help me get them and keep them filled with water. But I'll be able to water the garden some, but it's not going to be like here. But I'll tell you, the most important thing is my herbs. I will make sure. And there's some herbs that don't require a lot of water, so that's good. But anyway, back to the antibiotic herb mix. In that back pot there is ashwagandha growing. But that's not in my, I just mentioned what that, just wanted to mention what that was. So this is kind of dark here. Let me find another spot. Okay, that's ginger there, and that is the long, tall part of it. That is in this mixture, but it was dried. Next time I will cut up and use my fresh. And you have to be careful about, and I made this particular one with vodka. That's one of the best. I'm not a drinker, but that's one of the best alcohol extractors for making tinctures. I also have made them with glycerin. I did my licorice root, and I like that much better, much easier on the tummy. But I don't feel the glycerin extracts quite as well, but it's still good. It's better with certain herbs than others. I would suggest you go to my channel. Just click on my little round picture. It'll take you to my channel, and across the top are there's one that says videos. Click on that, and then when it takes you there, you can search my videos and put in tincture, and it'll bring up, should bring up the tinctures and how I make them. It's been a long time ago since I did the alcohol tincture, and I took down a bunch of my videos because they did the thing with the children and all that, and a lot of times I had my granddaughter in it, and I didn't want any problems. So I'm not sure if my alcohol tincture videos are still there or not, depending which one she was in. I didn't keep track of it all. I do need to get some water going out here. My bell pepper looks like it's drying up down there. Anyway, I have another, right there is another herb that I have not tinctured or anything. That's new to me. That's Houtenaya. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Some people call it the fish herb because they think it tastes like fish, but I don't like fish. But I do have the tincture of it, and it does not taste like fish to me. So, that was a weed I pulled out. Anyway, back to the antibiotic herb mix. I hope that helped answer some of your questions. When you say, I don't think I finished, usually I'll say like 6 parts of this herb and 2 parts of that. And you can use, that means you can use whatever measurement, like if you had 1 handful, then if you said 6 parts, it would be 6 handfuls. I sometimes have more of one herb than another, so my mixtures change from time to time. But I'm trying to remember to write it down. If I find a particular mixture that just hits the button for what I'm looking for, then I might stick more with that mixture. But sometimes I just don't, or as close as I can, because I may not have as much of one herb as I do of another. One of the herbs that are in this mixture is nasturtium leaves. There's the flowers there, which you can eat, but I don't put those in my, it's more of, I think, the leaves that are more of the antibiotic effect. And I have given some to my daughter, and it's really helped her at times, too. Nasturtium leaves are really good antibiotic. Now, these do not work like the drugs where you just take a pill and it helps at the moment. And besides that, the side effects of drugs are just disastrous. Whereas your herbs, you don't have that problem of them destroying your other organs. As long as you don't overtake it and you know your basics on it. But if you follow my channel, it's not always on herbs, but I do a lot of herbs. That's my main focus. And I try to encourage people in using the herbs daily and in other things, and I try to, lead you down a path that's going to help. I want to help. So that's what this channel is about. That will give you some ideas to go on. I have individual videos on different herbs that you can go back through my list. If you know of one in particular you're looking for, you can type it in the search bar. Otherwise, just look down through there and you'll see the titles and the pictures, and you can click on it and see what you can find. It doesn't matter to me whether you watch the videos or not, because I don't make money on this channel. Not right now. I don't know if I ever will, but that's not the point of the channel. It would be nice, since I am on a fixed income and really struggling and going to have a very hard time. Maybe not. I don't want to speak bad into my future, but um, I'm hoping, because I'm trying to follow the Lord each step of the way, that I will be blessed. But and I'm sure I will be, whether I live in a mansion or an RV. God blesses in other ways, and different sometimes in what we connect blessings to. I've found that very, very true in my life. There's a lot more important things in life than material things. But anyway, those do help at times. Like having a roof over your head and clothes on your body, that is quite very helpful. But anyway, I hope this has helped. And if you have any other questions, I'll be glad as I can. Right now is really, really hard for me to get back with y'all on things, but I try to quickly rush through there and see what you're saying. I always read the comments. I try to add a little word or two here or there, or at least give you a heart, to let you know that I appreciate your comments and your questions, and appreciate you being there. It's no fun to do videos if nobody's watching them. So, but I am keeping my videos for my kids, so that when I'm gone, they will have references to things that would help them. They're all, thankful for the things that I've given them to help them through hard times, the ones that I have. So anyway, I will leave you all with this, and hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. Bye now.